When you think of Bruno Mars today, chart-topping hits, electrifying performances, and countless awards, it's easy to assume that his success was inevitable. But behind the polished image is a journey that began in an unlikely place, full of passion, struggle, and a hustle that most fans never get to see. Let's rewind the clock and explore the lesser-known early life of Peter Gene Hernandez, the boy who would one day become Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars was born on October 8, 1985, in Honolulu, Hawaii, into a musical family. His father, Peter Hernandez Sr., was a Latin percussionist from Brooklyn with Puerto Rican roots. His mother, Bernadette San Pedro Bayat, was a hula dancer and singer from the Philippines. Music was in his DNA. His father nicknamed him Bruno because of his resemblance to professional wrestler Bruno Sammartino. Bruno was one of 6 children. The Hernandez household wasn't ordinary. Imagine a home where drums, guitars, and conga rhythms were constant companions. Even before he could speak fluently, Peter would mimic Elvis Presley's dance moves. By age 2, his family realized he had an uncanny ability to entertain. By age 4, he was performing as the world's youngest Elvis impersonator in his family's band, the Love Notes, at their Waikiki dinner theater.
Hey Bruno, you ready to rock and roll?
One night, my dad brought me up on stage because I've been begging him, for years and years, bring me up, bring me up. So finally, he gives me the opportunity. The band starts playing an Elvis song. I start dancing, and the crowd loved it.
His stage name? Little Elvis. He quickly became a tourist attraction. This pint-sized Elvis, rocking the white jumpsuit and pompadour, was written up in Midweek magazine and featured on the Arsenio Hall show in the early 90s. He even had a cameo role in the 1992 film Honeymoon in Vegas. Even at that age, he didn't just imitate Elvis. He channeled him, right down to the hip swivels and snarls. But childhood wasn't easy. When Bruno was just 12, his parents divorced, and the family's finances took a hit. He and his brother moved around a lot, at times even living in a one-room shack on a Hawaiian hillside or in the back of a parked car. In interviews, Bruno has rarely dwelled on this period, but it shaped his relentless drive. Performing wasn't just a passion, it was survival. He graduated from President Theodore Roosevelt High School in Honolulu, where he was known as the kid who would bring a ukulele to school and jam at any opportunity. His classmates remembered him as the one always breaking into a tune, whether it was 90s R&B or classic Motown. After graduation at just 17 years old, Bruno left Hawaii and moved to Los Angeles, chasing the dream, with little more than a few $100s and a belief that he could make it. But Los Angeles wasn't easy. For several years, nothing happened. Labels didn't quite know what to do with him. He wasn't urban enough for R&B nor rock enough for pop. Some said he was too polished, too different.
Next stop, Brooklyn, yeah.
During this period, he hustled behind the scenes as a songwriter and producer. Alongside Philip Lawrence and Ari Levine, they formed a songwriting and production team known as the Smeezingtons.
My name is Philip Lawrence, aka PL, aka Smeeze1 of the Smeezingtons, and this is
Bruno Mars, Smeeze 2, and this is it.
This team would become instrumental, not just in Bruno's rise, but in shaping the sound of pop music in the late 2000s. Before his voice hit the radio, his songs did. Bruno co-wrote Right Round for Flo Rida, which became a global hit in 2009. He also worked on Wavin' Flag by Kanan, which was used as Coca-Cola's theme for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Then came the breakthrough moment, B.O.B.'s Nothin' on You, a track that Bruno co-wrote and also sang the hook on.
Beautiful girl, all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby.
That song shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2010. Almost overnight, people were asking, who's this guy singing the hook? Around that time, he was also featured in Travie McCoy's single Billionaire.
I wanna be a billionaire so fucking bad.
Capitalizing on that momentum, his solo debut, Just the Way You Are, followed shortly after, and that sealed it.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change.
That track didn't just reach #1, it stayed there for weeks. His debut album, Doo-Wops and Hooligans, went on to sell millions, and just like that, Bruno Mars was a household name. But here's what many miss. Behind his overnight success were nearly a decade of grind in Los Angeles, writing for others, getting rejected by labels, and figuring out who he was as an artist. And even after fame, Bruno Mars didn't slow down. He famously performed at the Super Bowl halftime show not once but twice, first in 2014, then again in 2016 with Coldplay and Beyoncé. He became known for his incredible showmanship, often credited with bringing back a James Brown level of energy and polish to live performance. But through it all, Bruno Mars never forgot where he came from. He often speaks about his family, his roots in Hawaii, and how performing as Little Elvis gave him not just stage presence, but a respect for music and the power of entertaining a crowd. His career is a testament to persistence, versatility, and respect for craft. A child performer who once danced in front of tourists in Waikiki, who lived through family hardships and financial instability, worked his way through the shadows of the music industry to emerge not just as a singer, but as one of the most accomplished entertainers of his generation.